Hey, everybody. Hope you are safe out there. Hope you are dry. It's probably unlikely given how much rain we have had. I want to go right out to Yasmin Cowan. She's in Lancaster County, the part hit the hardest. Tell us exactly where you are right now, Yasmin.
Yeah, Joel D. I'm here at Mount Joy, standing right outside the VFW post here. And take a look behind me because this is the impact from the flooding today. The baseball field is literally underwater, but look over here. The pavilion where people usually sit is sinking as well. And I actually spoke to Fire Police Joel D. and he told me that this is the worst of the flooding they've seen in years. And he said the constant problem that they're encountering here is people keep driving around road closed signs. And that's when they received a lot of reports of people being stuck in their vehicles and fire police trying to rescue them because they're not listening to the traffic signs.
Yeah. Unfortunately, people sometimes make where they want to go. They think they can do it again. And it's not a good idea. We're getting more pictures of what you're talking about, that baseball field. Can you tell where the source of water is? Is there like a creek nearby, or is that just where all the water funnels down to from everywhere?
Yeah, so if I'm saying it correctly, the fire policeman told me that there's a creek called Chickies Creek. And he says that because of this creek, they expect to see more water rising overnight. And he says that they have to keep these roads closed for the next day because it will get worse because of that bringing in that water, as you can see, into this baseball field. I mean, this is telling, and just not too long ago, I just saw people riding their bikes and they actually parked their bikes here and they actually went down to the pavilion to get to see, I guess, what happened.
Well, yeah, I mean, people that live around there, they probably have never seen this before, thankfully. So this is a really weird thing to show other people. Hey, remember this? And they show this, and it's a historic thing. Unfortunately, it can be devastating. That just looks like a mess, not really impacting people's lives. So no one hurt there, right? It's just a mess, and they have to wait it out.
Yeah, and he also told me that backstop you see over there, he says if someone were over there in the water, they could lose their life because there is a small current. You can't see from where I am, but there's a current that's pushing the water down. So it's definitely
you never know that part of it. Yep. Okay. Well, we're going to let you get back to work. I know we want to see you live at 10 and 11. So thanks again for all your hard work today. Holding the camera out the side of the window. Not everybody wants to do that. That could be dangerous, but it worked and looked really, really good. So I'm glad your camera's okay and your phone still works. Thank you, Yasmin.
All right. We'll talk to you later, Joel D. See you soon.
Bye. Let's bring Tom Russell in right now, who's been watching all this. Where they are, how much did they get? It seems like once again, we had this scenario just a couple weeks ago. The water just sat over them and just poured down like a shower that had like a new nozzle or something. Splash.
It really did. The first thing you need to understand, though, Joel D, is the atmosphere is just primed with moisture. You know how humid it is. So that means it's as soon as it gets going, it's like wringing out a sponge. We saw it a couple of weeks ago, as you mentioned. So it's interesting that this would fall in that same spot, that northwest Lancaster County. We saw kind of Mount Joy to Mountville to Manheim, that whole area that got hit a couple of weeks ago, getting hit once again. So that is just the setup this summer. And you keep seeing these pictures and, things are really saturated. So you put 6, 7, 8 inches. 8 is the highest I've seen to answer your question. And that is a pretty sharp bullseye between Mount Joy and Mountville. And that, 7, 8 inches, I mean, that's going to flood anything.
All right. So take me through this. Initially, a lot of the standing water seems to recede pretty fast when this is done. But if you're near a creek, you still got time to wait out, like she was describing, that it could rise from there. Oh, I hate seeing this.
Oh, I hate that.
There's a basement. That window has no chance against all that water, and it's filling up.
That's hard to look at. But yeah, you still get the residual rising of the creeks and streams, Joel D, to your point, because, we talk about runoff. It has to run off somewhere, and ultimately it's a creek or a stream. But that's also how you get the road washing out too, because, when they build these culverts or they build these drainage areas, you don't make them for 7 or 8 inches. You build them for 2 or 3 inches of rain and runoff. So no matter how good the construction is, or no matter how good your original engineering is. It just can't keep up with this much water. And we've seen over the last couple of weeks the power of water, how it can wash something away. It can create its own gullies. I mean, water's going to find the shortest distance between 2 points, and it can penetrate everything, as you know.
Yeah, I could just keep watching this stuff to see what's going on. It seems like a lot of these pictures are taken in a safe way. We appreciate that, folks, when you're sending stuff in.
Yeah, I'm just surprised at how many of, it wasn't just that area that saw this. Jody, we had pictures from Mifflin County earlier as that initial push of rain came through of gushing water like this. Franklin County had water rescues. So as bad as that bullseye was in Lancaster County, everybody got a piece of this. A lot of basement flooding in York County, for example. We were getting a lot of information from Windsor Township, Dover, that area, way too much water. So it's not just one area. I know we sent our reporters to the Mount Joy area, but it's a lot of central PA.
Okay, so give me a feel for what's next. Short term, long term. Are we done tonight with all this?
Yeah, we're done tonight. The great news is we have a dry day tomorrow. Fantastic news. Here's the 7-day. It's still going to be hot, still going to be humid, but without the rain showers tomorrow. The afternoon storms come back on Wednesday, but hit or miss, not like this. Same with Thursday. The best chance of rain is going to be Friday. That's when our front comes through, knocks down the heat and humidity, as you can see, back into the mid-80s. And Saturday will be a dry day as well. So I think this will be the worst of it for a couple of days, and then really got to focus on Friday as it comes through. But Joel D, what today reminded me of, and you'll probably remember, we had all that flooding in York County back in 2018. And if you recall, with 2018, same kind of deal. We had a lot of rain, a week off, and then a lot of rain again, and it just washed stuff out. And this is kind of turning out to be that kind of summer. We had a couple of rather dry summers, and now we're back to that.
Yep. The restoration companies are busy.
Yeah.
The gutter companies are busy. I called to try to get the gutters done. I'm obviously way too late on that. But the one place said, yeah, we're booked out till September.
September. Wow. That's crazy. But yeah, and this is where you can really be help out a friend in need. If you have a neighbor, I mean, it just stinks. There's nothing worse than flooding, because even when you clean up the water, you got to worry about the mold. You got to worry about, pulling up anything that got wet, cutting out.
Yeah, you don't know when you're really done. And you don't know if you've solved the problem.
Right. You don't want it to happen.
The next storm comes, it's not worth really doing a full fix or putting in new anything until you know you've solved the problem.
That's exactly right. You're right. Yeah. So we get a dry day tomorrow. That's the best news I can give you. That will give people a day to assess and see really what's going on next. All right. Thank you, sir. See you, bud. All right, guys. Thanks for watching 21 Next. I'm Joel D. Smith. We'll see you next time. Let's dry out, everybody. See ya.